Welcome back to another You-Centered podcast. Rick Gorman here. Very excited today to have three very impressive guests. We're actually going to be talking about the Summer Fun program from the kids' perspective. So my staff selected these three wonderful fifth graders who will be leaving us on Friday, and they have been with us for a long period of time. I'm going to let them introduce yourself. But with me today, I have Morgan Bateman, Phoebe Arakelian, and Kieren Ringler. So why don't we start with you, Kieren? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I'm Kieren Ringler. I am 11 years old, going into 6th grade, and my favorite sport is soccer.
Awesome. And how about you, Morgan?
Hi, I'm Morgan Bateman. I'm 11 years old. I'm going to 6th grade, and I love softball.
Softball. Awesome. And last but not least, Phoebe.
Hi, I'm Phoebe Arakelian. I'm 11 years old, and I'm going into the 6th grade, and I love to act.
You love to act. Awesome. Well, thank you, the three of you, for coming on the podcast. I know that you want to get back outside and play or whatever, but this is extremely important that we want to get the word out from a kid's perspective. So let me start out first, and why don't we start with Phoebe. We'll start with Phoebe. Phoebe, how old were you when you first came to your first experience of Summer Fun?
I think I was like 6 or 7 or 5.
5, 6, or 7. So one of those 3 years you were here. Okay. And you started down where we used to have at Atkinson,
Yes.
correct? Okay, Morgan, how about you? When did you first start coming here?
I was either 5, 6, or 7 too.
So one of those 3 years. And you
Yeah.
were down at the Atkinson program, correct? And for our listeners, our Atkinson program we've actually moved for the last 2 years. We're at Sargent, and we love the Sargent School and what it offers us for the program. And Kieren, how long have you been with Summer Fun?
I've been at Summer Fun since 1st grade.
Since first grade. So you also started at Atkinson also,
Yes.
correct? Okay. All right, let's start and maybe I'll ask Morgan to take the first test at this one right here. What was it like coming to Summer Fun the first time? Whether I think you said 5, 6, or 7, so you're not 100% sure, but you were obviously very young. What was it like coming there the first time?
I was a little nervous on the first day, and then I noticed I had other friends there, so I was really fine.
So you were nervous, but when you had obviously some friends there, so did that make it easier in the first day?
Yeah, it did.
Was it easier going back the second day after that? Mm-hmm. It was, huh? How about you?
It was nerve-wracking because I didn't know I was going to see anybody, but thankfully I saw Morgan and a couple of my other friends.
So you had the same thing. You had some friends there, too. How about you, Mr. Ringler?
I was pretty excited. I was pretty excited since like when I was in kindergarten, I had really nothing to do in the summer, and then like Summer Fun, it's just something to do in the summer.
Nice. So tell me about your Atkinson school days, and any of you can take this. Obviously, we have kids in grades kindergarten, first grade, and second grade at our now Sargent site. What was it like at that camp?
I liked it a lot. I loved the counselors. My favorites were probably Jake and Jack.
Jake and Jack, who are no longer with us, but they obviously had a big impact for you.
Yeah.
So what did you do at Atkinson Summer Fun?
We have a lot of stations. We just go to like circle, and then they'd call out stations.
Nice.
And after like an hour of stations, we'd go to have snack.
And you liked having snack, I bet, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Phoebe, what was it like for you? What did you like about our younger camp?
I really liked the counselors. My favorites were Sabrina and Jake. And I really liked the stations.
And you really liked the stations. Yeah. Sabrina actually is now our co-coordinator up at the Sargent program. So she started out as a counselor, and she's awesome, and she's moved up, and she's now like the big cheese herself over there. So that's good. What about you? What did you like about the younger site?
Well, yeah, it was just fun and all. My favorite counselor was probably Nick.
Nick, okay. Awesome. Now, after you finished your second grade, you had to make the big move to the bigger site, which was at Drummond Park, which is the youth center site. And today we have Madeline and one of your peers that are going down to Sargent to talk to all of those all those second graders that are going to be third graders, to kind of tell them about being excited next year to come to the bigger camp. And they're going to answer all questions like that. So for you, what was it like with making the move from what we call the little kids site to the big kids site?
I was really happy because my brother went here before and he said it was really fun and it was better than the Atkinson one because you get to do more and there was more stuff to do and you had more opportunities. And so I was really happy about that. And some of my friends that didn't go to Atkinson were now going to the Drummond site. So I was really happy about that.
And you, with those kids, you actually had more experience because you had been around. So you show them the ropes when you first came up here?
Yes.
You did. Okay. What about you?
I was excited because I didn't know what it was like. So I wanted to find out. And I had some other friends that were going there too. And I wanted to meet some new counselors.
Nice. Now, so were you a little less nervous going to Drummond after you had experienced summer fun down at Atkinson? Okay, great. Kieren, what about you? What was it like making that move from Atkinson to Drummond?
I was pretty excited. I thought it was basically just like Atkinson, but like the kids are like older.
Yeah.
And there's more stuff to do.
And obviously you guys met a whole new group of counselors because a lot of our counselors stay at the site each year that they become adjusted to. So, all right, what makes summer fun so special? Now that you're the old people here, by the way. You're fifth graders going into the sixth grade. Why don't you tell our listeners, and why don't we start with Morgan, what makes summer fun so special? Why should kids go?
It's really fun. You get to meet counselors, and then when you're old enough, you can become a counselor. And I thought it was really fun.
Nice. So it is interesting you bring up a point. We've been doing this so long now that all of our, well, not all of them, but most of our counselors now were actually summer fun kids. And I hear all the time whenever kids see me, they're like, you're going to hire me someday because I'm going to be a counselor just like this person or this person. So, yeah, it's pretty interesting to see. And obviously my counselors now know what it was like to be a kid, and that actually helps them be a counselor. What about you there, Mr. Kieren Ringler?
Just, like, it's really fun since, like, as I said, like, it's just something to do in the summer. And it just takes a whole block of your summer. And then, like, instead of like playing video games, you could be like running outside having fun.
So keeping busy and keeping healthy or whatever. Phoebe, let me ask you a question. There are days out there that it's 95 degrees and it's humid and it's hot. And I am amazed with my staff and with all you kids. You guys don't seem like it really bothers you. Does the weather bother you?
No, because, I mean, I love the heat. Summer's my favorite time of year. So, like, you're focused on more of the activities and not how hot it is out. So, yeah, it's just really fun.
So you actually deal with the weather, and I'm impressed with how many of our kids and our staff do that. Let me ask Morgan, we have some special events that we do here at Summer Fun. Why don't you explain to our listeners what some of those special events where we get in the gym and what do we do?
The other day we had Superlative Day.
Superlative Day. And what's Superlative Day?
So all, like, you have a group 1, group 2, group 9. But like you'd get with your groups, like your attendance groups, and then you'd like your counselors would pick on you to go up, like if you had the longest hair or you were the tallest.
Yeah,
like
or
that.
And I saw one look-alike counselor, so kids who actually look like the counselors, that's kind of fun. Let me ask you, Phoebe, we've also had the talent show. What's the talent show all about?
The talent show's like where kids go up on the stage, but it's technically the gym floor, and they show off their talent like magic or dancing or comedy, and then yeah, it's just really fun.
It's fun, and we have the lip sync. And let me ask you, Kieren, does any of my staff have any talent?
Yes, I definitely think that like Ben Ramos has soccer talent.
Ben
He's
Ramos
really
has
good at
soccer talent. What was some other staff that did some things in the talent show?
Riley, the blonde one, she did dancing and she sang, I think, and she has a pretty good voice.
Wow, I'm going to have to tell Riley, the blonde one. And you distinguish it that way because we have two Rileys, right?
Yes.
We have one with brown hair and one with blonde hair. Yesterday was a pretty special day around all of our sites. Our resident, Kevin McDonald, and his family, who are associated. Kevin is the assistant general manager with the St. Louis Blues. He actually wanted to share the cup with all of our kids in our summer program. So yesterday, a police escort pulled up to the basketball court outside, and a black limousine came, and they pulled out the famous Stanley Cup. What was that like?
I thought it was cool because I never thought I'd get to see something like that, but we got to touch it. We got to take a picture with it.
Yeah, some of you guys were kissing it and pictures and selfies, and we had our attendance group pictures, and then my staff hogged it one time for a whole picture with all the staff. So, but it was a pretty special day.
Yes.
Yeah, it really was, and obviously we thank the McDonald family for helping it make a special day for us. So, couple other things I want to let you know. Let me ask you about my counselors. So at Drummond, we got about 35 counselors. Sargent, we got 40 counselors. We got about 8 counselors at Girls Just Want to Have Sun, and we got about 12 counselors at Sports and Rec. Pretty impressive group, I think, but I need to get some feedback from you. How is my counselors? Are they doing a good job? Should I hire them again next year? Give me some feedback.
They're really great. One of my favorite counselors, they're all amazing. But Jody, he's just like really funny and fun. And he's just like really, I don't know, like awesome.
So Jody, it's an interesting story. Jody's actually with us participating because he's with the special ed program from the school department.
Yes.
But most people don't know Jody actually is our longest tenured summer counselor. We joke around that he's been here 20 years for me, but he has actually been here about 7 or 8 years. And yeah, I get a lot of good feedback about Jody. And he looks like a kid in a lot of ways, so we always give him a tease about that, but he's doing great. Morgan, my staff, what would you evaluate them? Do you like them?
Yeah, I think they're all really nice. My favorite is probably Amanda Regan.
How come?
I don't know. She like when I first came here on my first day, she was just there, and I said hi, and she was like, "Hi, are you new?" And
Yeah, she's very welcoming. I mean, I think my staff is all very welcome, but Amanda's had a very special summer for us. She's part of the crew that does the arts and crafts and a number of different things. So, Kieren, what about you? You giving my staff a good thumbs up or what?
I think they're all amazing. I don't really have a favorite. I like them all.
You like them all. That's really well said. Next year, you can't come back to summer fun. You're too old. So we have, for the middle school program, for the girls, we started a new program, which is started out slow, but it's we got close to 50 girls now. And next year, we're going to hope for 75. And it's a program called Girls Just Want to Have Sun. And it's 6th, 7th, and 8th grade girls. This year, we're at McAvoy Field. We're actually looking to possibly be at a school site next year. And then for the boys, we've had a long-running great program called Sports and Rec, and that's held up at Reynolds Playground, and we got about 100 middle school boys there. What do you guys think about going there next year? Girls Just Want to Have Sun, and then Sports and Rec. What do you think, ladies?
I'm really excited. My friend who was on my softball team last year, she said that she was going, and I'm like, can I go? Because it sounds awesome. And then she's like, it's for 6th and 8th and it's 6th, 7th, and 8th. And then I got really sad, but like, I want to stay at Summer Fun.
Yeah, so you'll be able to go there next year.
Yeah.
What about you, Morgan?
I'm excited to go there next year. I think it'll be fun to try something new.
Yeah, for sure. And Kieren, wearing all the Michigan gear here today, are you excited to head up to Reynolds and see my guys up at Sports and Rec?
I'm really excited. Like, I think I'm more excited since, like, Drummond, like, I'm very competitive, and, like, Sports and Rec is really competitive.
Yeah, it is. It's in a good way. It's really competitive, but they have lots of challenges every day and lots of competitions, and, we really like what's going down here. So 2 days from now will be your last day at Summer Fun. I mean, I'm crying. Are you guys crying yet?
Yeah.
And you're going to have a great day. We'll have a cookout. We'll have the dance party. We'll do the famous gauntlet that people don't know about where you get to run through all the staff. And then we'll say properly goodbye to you up on the street. And many times my staff will be crying. Many times the parents will be crying. And many times you guys will be crying. So let me ask you, without getting too emotional, we'll start with my girl Phoebe here. How are you feeling about your last day here?
I'm really sad, but like, I'm really excited to try something new at Girls Just Want to Have Some Sun. And, but like, I'll definitely miss all the counselors and all the people. And, yeah, it's just kind of like sad, but I'm really excited.
But you're looking forward to the next part of your life, right?
Yeah.
What about you, Morg?
I'm really sad, but I'm also really excited. I'm going to miss all the counselors, but I want to meet the new ones at the other place.
Yeah.
And I also want to see what they have there.
Absolutely. How about you, Kieren? How are you feeling about the last day coming up?
I'm excited since, like, I'm moving on. It's like I'm also moving from Drummond to Sports and Rec, and I'm also moving from elementary school to middle school.
Absolutely. So let's talk a little bit about that. So next year, you will be in the middle school. Okay. Where were you at? What elementary school were you at?
I was at Thompson.
And where were you?
I was at St. Michael's, but I'm still going to go there next year.
Okay, you'll still be that's right, you're St. Michael's. Okay, so you'll stay there through probably the 8th grade, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And what school were you at?
I was at Franklin School.
At Franklin. So for you two in particular, you'll be heading to our middle school next year. And as a 6th grader, you're allowed to come to the youth center every day, Monday through Saturday. So we have a lot of 6th graders that'll come. So hopefully we'll see you guys there. But what do you feel? St. Michael's a little bit different because you're going to be with your same group and you'll be there for a couple more years. But for you two heading off to a brand new school which will encompass all the kids from the different elementary schools, what's your feelings about going to middle school?
I'm really excited. I love all my teachers because they're really nice. But like, I get to see all my friends from like different schools.
From different schools.
And because some of my friends used to go to St. Michael's where I used to go, and now they're at like Franklin or Sargent or Atkinson or Kittredge, and I'm the only one at Thompson.
Sure.
So
you're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Kieren, how about you?
I'm very excited for it. I will just see all of my friends from sports and summer fun. Like, I'm just really excited overall.
Did any of you guys come on Saturdays for 4th and 5th graders during the school year?
Yes.
I did a lot.
You did? You did a little bit? Okay.
I came sometimes, like on rainy days or like snowy days or on thunderstorms. I used to come, but like if it's like a sunny day, I'd used to like hang around with my friends.
Sure.
And play.
Well, I hope to see you guys here next year at the youth center. It's a little bit different than summer fun. You get a little more freedom as the middle school, but we have great activities, great programs, great field trips, all stuff that you guys will learn. We actually have a welcome week in the second week of September, which will welcome all of our 6th graders and show you what the youth center is all about. So let's get back to summer fun for a little bit here. I always like to ask how we can make the program better. And I'm going to save some time here. Don't mention we need the pool because I cannot get a pool here. Maybe one of the kiddie pools, but I can't get a full-blown pool here. But what would you do if you were me, if you were in my position? How would you make summer fun even better?
I think we should, like, all the counselors, they have challenges for each other. I think the kids should be able to do that too.
Nice. Okay, I like that. What about you?
I love to perform, so a stage.
A stage.
Yes.
So the kids at Sargent have a great stage. It's a real stage. Our stage, like one of you said, is the gym floor. So
Yes.
we are looking, some good news, we are looking to do some expansion of the youth center while the time you're probably still in middle school. And a stage is actually part of what we're looking. We're looking to do a little more with acting, and we're going to grow our music program. So I'm going to make a note of that, to build a stage here. What about you, Kieren?
I would not change one bit since
Whoa.
summer fun is so fun.
So summer fun is it.
Yeah.
No changes.
No changes.
All right. Well, I appreciate you saying that. I'm kind of a stickler. I'm always looking on how we can make it better. So I love how you said that, but I think we'll try to see if we can even do it better. So we call every summer the best summer ever, and it is our goal we think this summer was better than last summer, and we think next summer is actually going to be better than this summer. So it's a challenge that we have. So let me ask you something, because you've already hit me up for a job here. Why should I hire you guys in a few years?
I really love kids. Like, I love to play with them. And, like, when my mom's friends come over, she has friends with, like, really little kids, so I always, like, babysit them. But, yeah, it's like I love kids. They're so much fun.
All right. And why should I hire you, Morgan?
I also love kids a lot, and I also love summer fun. I think it's really, really fun, and I love how all the counselors like get to interact with the kids.
Yeah. So you want to do that too?
Uh-huh.
Okay. And Mr. Michigan outfit here today. Why should I hire you?
Look, I like meeting new people and like playing with other people and like doing different stuff.
Awesome. Well, just to give you the heads up, I can't hire you until you get to legal age to hire you, but we look at hiring people after their sophomore year in high school. So I hope to see that you guys will apply after that, and I hope you'll actually participate in all of our summer programs up until we actually have to hire you, and the pressure will be on to be as good as the counselors that we have here. All right, we have a few more minutes left in the podcast, and I'd like to finish a little bit with, and let me start with Phoebe on this. For the kid that's out there thinking about whether I should join Summer Fun, either a Sargent or Drummond, or the mother or father that's out there thinking like, I don't know if I should send my kid there, what would be your advice to both parents and kids about our Summer Fun program?
Definitely send your kid. It is like one of the greatest opportunities that you could possibly have over the summer, because if you're a parent, you don't want your kids sitting in front of the TV playing Fortnite or whatever. Or like if you're a kid and you're nervous about like making new friends, like people are going to be there, like the counselors are going to introduce you to people, and then they're going to be like one of your best friends for like the whole summer. Or like if you're going to middle school, maybe like you'll see them.
That's awesome. All right, you got a final word here, Morgan. What are you going to say to these parents and kids about Summer Fun?
I think they should definitely send them here. I mean, if you love handling with kids, then it would also be a good job in high school to do this, like as a counselor. And I also think that's really fun, so I think other kids should come here too.
Awesome. All right, Kieren, what do you want to say to our parents and kids out there thinking about whether they should send their kid to Summer Fun?
Definitely send your kid to summer fun. Like Phoebe said, it's great to like it's like you can just play outside instead of sitting in front of TV.
Nice. All right, I can't let you go before asking, you've been at Summer Fun. Some of you have been here 5 years. Some of you have been here 6 years. Morgan, best summer fun memory of all time.
There are a lot of good ones.
I like that answer. Do you have one off the top of your head of a good one?
No, I'm trying to think.
Let me come back to you.
Okay.
Do you have one, Phoebe?
Yes. I remember I was walking in the hall of, like, I think Atkinson School, and I didn't know there was a trash can in front of me. And so I fell into it. And I wish Morgan was there, but she wasn't, so.
So you fell into the trash can.
Yes.
They help you out of that trash can?
I think I got myself out, but I knew Sabrina was there, and that's all I know.
And she saved the day.
Yes.
Nice. What's your best memory ever, Kieren?
Oh, I really liked on Halloween Day, like the haunted house.
The
like,
haunted house on Halloween
It wasn't
Day?
that like scary, but it was fun.
Yeah. I'll tell you, some of the things I love is that Halloween Day is pretty great. Olympic Day is one of my favorite days. I love seeing all of you in the colors of the country that you're part of, and I actually love just watching around you guys do that. What do you got there, Morgan? Do you have a favorite memory?
Yeah. So I was running at, I think it was at the Atkinson playground. So I was on the playground. I was just running, and then so I fell and I tripped and I rolled down the hill, and then so when I got up, everyone was staring at me, like trying to help me up, and I thought it was really nice how they tried to do that. Like, it was mostly counselors.
Yeah. They're always worried about our kids, right? And they got to keep kids safe. That's our number one thing. So let me first of all thank you for coming on the podcast today. I asked Madeline to ask the staff to pick 3 kids. I'm sure there'll be a lot more worthy people, but we're in kind of a closet here, right? We only got room for me and 3 of you, and I didn't know you 3 at all. We had a little meeting the other day, and then obviously I'm getting to know you right now, and I think it's safe to say that my staff picked 3 wonderful people to do this podcast. You are the youngest people that have been on our podcast ever, so that's something to be proud about. You are going to be instant sensations when everybody listens to this with all your peers and all the parents. But I thank you for coming on the podcast, and I wish you guys the best of luck finishing out these last couple of days. Enjoy it. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be emotional to say goodbye, but I love how you guys are excited about the next chapter of your life, your next journey, which will be great, and I'm hoping that we're going to be part of that journey with you. So thank you for once again for coming on the podcast, and as we finish every podcast, we always say too much passion is not enough passion.